Testing. Is it good now? Yep.
We're waiting for DEVANNI, aren't we? We're not ready without her.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of Windsor. So glad to see each and every one of you here. And good morning to you who are joining us online today. My name is Nicholas King, and I will be your host today along with DEVANNI PETERS. Good morning, DEVANNI.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. There we go. Here at Unity Spiritual Center Windsor, we draw upon the universal wisdom found at the heart of all world religions and offer us. I ran here. I've got out of breath. I had to run to get here on time. We are a spiritually progressive, socially responsive, and radically inclusive approach to the life that is as practical as it is mystical. We come together to encourage and support one another in our individual spiritual journeys. Wherever you are in that process, we're glad you're here today. Oh, and today's music is being presented by Mark Karloff and Annette Demers, and so I'm really excited about that. We're so happy to have the both of you here, providing us with their beautiful music, and so we invite Nicholas to open in prayer.
Thank you. So let's take a moment now to relax and clear our thoughts of everything that's going on outside and just focus on the quiet and the stillness that we have in here and feel the energy that radiates from each and every one of us. Dear Holy Creator, I ask you, what is my intention today? What do I want to feel and experience? As I ask these questions, I connect with you in oneness and gratitude. I visualize the hours before me, asking, who will I see and how will I react to all that I encounter? Will I be patient, loving, forgiving? With determination and faith, I create a life I love. And it is so. Amen.
So today I'd like to introduce our prayer chaplain, Tim, if you wouldn't mind raising your hand. Tim will be available for prayer after the service in the prayer room upstairs.
And we have a prayer box just over here to that side of this podium. Please place your prayer request in there, and the prayer chaplain team will hold these requests in prayer for you.
We have a 24-hour, 7 days a week prayer support with Silent Unity, and you can call the number 1-800-NOW-PRAY.
So now it is time for some music. Mike, Annette, what do you have for us today?
Good morning, everybody. I'm just waiting for the next slide because I want to explain what it says, Claudio. And I'm doing it with a big echo. Claudio. Claudio, thank you. So here's the slide. You may wonder where this beautiful picture came from. This is a picture from our recent trip out to the mountains, and I want you to all help me to become inspired by nature and the love of the people around us. That is the choices of the songs that I've made for you today. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. me give my life to you. Let me give in your laughter. Let me die in your arms. Let me lay down beside you. Let me always be with you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me again. Let me give my life to you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me again. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again. I don't know why my voice shakes so much when I'm up here. When I am down and oh my soul Thank you.
Oh my God, yeah, I know, eh? That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Very moving.
Yes,
Thank
that
you,
was.
Annette. Beautiful playing from Mike. Thank you so much. Unity teaches that each person is a unique individual expression of God and that we create our experience and our life according to the thoughts and the feelings that we hold in mind. And I will be talking about this today.
Unity was founded on prayer. We believe and teach that affirmative prayer and meditation changes us by raising our consciousness and helping us realize our connection with the divine and the truth of who we are.
Our affirmation for July is, "The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day." So let's repeat that together. The light of divine wisdom is my guide, and I grow in understanding each day. Okay, now we're going to have some more music. Annette Demers and Mike Karloff. Special song for us.
Let's hope my voice holds and doesn't shake so much. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wind can't be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. There's a time for everyone if they'd only learn that the twist and kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors, when the heart of the star-crossed voyager beats in time with yours. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
Is it
I am happy to welcome our guest speaker today. He's our very own DEVANNI Peters. DEVANNI has been a member of our Unity community for several years and is actually the president of our board of directors. She is also a yoga instructor and facilitates various online classes here at Unity. DEVANNI's talk title today is Focus Your Mind, Shape Your Life. So let's now welcome DEVANNI back up to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nicholas, and thank you for that beautiful music. This is my first time hearing Annette with her voice, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I think we're going to be hearing more of her. And Mike, you're always a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate this, and thank you for everybody who's watching online. You know, we live stream with YouTube and Facebook. You know, there's comments on the bottom. You might want to comment because we love to hear from you. So thank you so much for being here. And I've called this talk title, Focus Your Mind, Shape Your Life. But to be honest, like 2.5 weeks ago when I was asked to come up with a talk title, I didn't have anything written. I didn't know what I was going to be talking about. But at that moment, or for some time, for a few weeks now, I had picked up the book, The Secret. Does everybody remember The Secret? There was a book, there was a movie. It came out in 2006. It was all about the law of attraction, how we visualize, we feel, we believe, and then we receive. And so I was just touching base with that book. I hadn't picked it up since 2006. So it was interesting that it was in my library. And so that inspired me. So I felt a spark inside of me. It reminded me that we really do have the power to create our lives. Moment by moment, thought by thought. And so it was the second week, I think, in May. I went on a yoga retreat. I went online. I found this place really quickly. It was the Sugar Ridge Lodge. And it was close to Barrie, Ontario, which is like a 5-hour drive from here, from my place anyway. And I didn't really know what to expect. I was really dreading the drive, you know, so I had these audio books and I was going to read these books. And you know what? I didn't even turn on my phone to listen to books. Time flew by. It feels like I was transported there because it went so quickly. And when I got there, honestly, I felt like I just dropped 10 pounds. It was a lightness. And I felt light in my body. And I just knew this is the place I'm supposed to be. And I spent 3 days there. And it was really a transformational experience for me. Yoga twice a day, hikes, the food, just the whole lifestyle. And so since coming home from that recent yoga retreat, I've been deeply inspired to share more of this way of living. And not just yoga and Ayurveda as practices, but as a whole lifestyle. So as I was reflecting on this talk, I was beginning to ask myself, and now I want to ask you, are you exactly where you want to be in your life? Is there inspiration, desires bubbling up within you? Do you love every aspect of your life? The way you spend your days, the way you feel, and just the way that you show up in the world. Because if there are parts of your life that you'd like to shift or grow, it all begins here. It begins in our thoughts. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And so maybe this talk isn't just about focusing your mind. Maybe it's really about living consciously, creating consciously. Because when we do, we open to Spirit's guidance, we open to inner wisdom, and then we step into the life that we were meant to live. When I was at that yoga retreat, I'm like, I'm meant to live this life. It was a feeling. I had this stuff bubbling up inside of me and more desires coming up. I am here to live a joyful, abundant, and free life. There is only one power, one presence, and that presence is good. I release what no longer serves me. And if we could maybe go to the next slide, please. I release what no longer serves me, and I open to Spirit's guidance. My thoughts are creative, and I choose to plant seeds of love and joy. The divine mind and my mind are one. I create consciously from love and light within. So now I'm going to repeat those affirmations, but now I want you to listen with your eyes closed. And if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, just turn your gaze down so that you're looking downward. And just take a deep breath, just being fully in your body. Maybe your feet are planted fully on the floor. I am here to live a joyful, abundant, and free life. There is only one power, one presence, and that presence is good. I release what no longer serves me, and I open to Spirit's guidance. My thoughts are creative, and I choose to plant seeds of love and joy. The divine mind and my mind are one. I create consciously from love and light within. And then when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Just want to know how those affirmations resonated with you. Did all of them resonate? Maybe the word spirit doesn't work for you. What words work for you? I'm going to be talking a little bit more about language and how we're really changing our language here at Unity, and not just at Unity, Unity Worldwide Ministries. We're really changing the way we speak, the words that we use, and we need to find affirmations that resonate with us. And you can feel it in your body. When you close your eyes and you say it, you can feel it. So you can take those words out, replace something that works for you. Now, I'm going to quote one of our very own, Bob McGuire. He was sitting in this chair when he said this quote, "We are the creators of our lives." We are the creators of our lives. Now, what I've got written down here is we are the co-creators of our lives. So are we the creators of our lives, or are we the co-creators of our lives, or are we both? Which one resonates with you? Does it trigger you to hear that we're the creators of our lives? Because are you thinking about a creator outside of you? So when I think about the Trinity, they talk about everything being within us, right? That's always a triangle. It's connected. We're never apart, right? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, body, mind, soul. Divine mind, divine idea, divine expression. We're not separate. So if you think about it from that perspective, we're actually the creators of our life. So Bob is correct, in my opinion. But this is it. We're changing the language. Everything that we need, peace, love, joy, wisdom, it isn't out there somewhere. It's not in our job. It's not in relationships. It's not in the money we have in the bank. It's not in the house. It's not in the location. Because for me, I really needed to hear that, because I was always trying to move locations. Let's move. The next house, yeah, it'll be better when we move. Or I'll move here. So I spent a lot of years just sort of floating around trying to find myself. It is not out there. It really is not the location. So all these material things, they're really wonderful, but they're not the source. The source is within us, and it always has been, and it always will be. And this is why I love the teachings of yoga and Ayurveda. They keep bringing me back to this truth. It begins with focusing your life and aligning your mind, body, and soul with your deepest knowing, with your inner wisdom. So our body is more than just this flesh and this bones. It's a sacred vessel. It's a home for spirit. And this is where our soul gets to experience life, through this body. So putting yourself first, taking care of yourself, is not selfish. It's actually sacred. We can't pour love into others if our own cup is empty. We can't give peace if we don't have peace inside of us. Taking the time to nurture yourself is how we align with our true nature. We begin to listen more to that quiet inner wisdom. And in yoga, we have this saying, our mind will always lie to us, but our body never will. So if our mind is replaying these old stories, your fears are coming up, there's these doubts. This is all coming from your subconscious mind. This is just from memories. It's not the truth. It's actually a lie. Because remember, there's only one presence and one power, and it's good. That's the real. So if you're telling yourself you're not enough, you're not ready, you're not worthy, these are lies, because it's not true. But our body, it never lies to us. The body is always honest. It speaks through sensation. It speaks through stillness, through the rise and fall of your breath. And that's why in yoga, we keep returning our attention to the body. Get out of your head and into your body so that you can feel. Connect with your breath, your heartbeat, the energy that's flowing through us. That's what's going to speak the truth. And it's how we come home to our inner wisdom is by listening to our body. Because when we align the mind with the body, the spirit can flow freely through us. And so in that space, there's a space of emptiness. Spirit is in the ether. So lately I've been reflecting a lot on the power of language. How the words we shape, the words that we use shape not only our lives, but the energy around us. So here at Unity, we are a positive, progressive spiritual movement. And I've been noticing the shift, not just here in Windsor, but also in Unity Worldwide Ministries. You know, language is changing. Have you been on our website lately, unityofwindsor.org? Does when that website was created, how many years ago, do we still resonate with that? Do we still resonate with that language? And right now, as being one of the board of directors, we're going through our bylaws. We're starting in the beginning, and we're going through, because when those bylaws were written, how many years ago, do we still resonate with it? Are we still using that same language? So that's what's happening, and you can see and read what we do on the board, because the minutes are placed upstairs on the bulletin board. It's very interesting what's happening here at Unity Windsor. And it's not just here at Unity Windsor, it's also Unity Worldwide is also wanting to change the language. There's a quiet evolution happening in the way that we speak about spirit, about God, about life. We're starting to let go of the old religious language. So words like God, Jesus, they're used less. Not because they're not sacred, but because we're finding new ways to describe the infinite presence, the power that lives within each one of us. And how do you feel about that? Does it trigger you? I know at first, when I was going through the Unity training, I did a whole year of taking these Unity courses. It was big there. There was a group, and there was actually a real separation, and I actually pulled away from it for a while because I thought, this isn't Unity. It almost seemed like there was a fight about it. No, we're going to add God and Jesus. No, that's not right anymore. It was like, I didn't like being a part of that. So I see that things are changing, but we still have to find unity. So there's a process. There's something that's happening. And it's like the language is becoming more inclusive, more universal. And I deeply am feeling that too. And this isn't just about unity. It's about us. It's about how we talk to ourselves. What are we saying to ourselves every single day? Are we telling ourselves the same story over and over and over again? They say we have like 30,000 thoughts, and we just have those same thoughts. They keep coming in. What if you could release some of that and change up? I remember when I was living in BC, I was attending the CSL community, which is the Center for Spiritual Living. They're very much in alignment with Unity. They also used to be part of Christian Science and took what they could from that and created the CSL, just like Unity started with Christian Science and became its own as well. And one of the practices that they had was very powerful. They would say, we'll listen to your story once. After that, it's time to tell a new story. Because if we keep repeating the same story about how we've been hurt, about how life hasn't worked out, how things never change, guess what? Nothing changes. Keep repeating the same thing, you'll get the same results. Change only happens when we stop tolerating what no longer serves us. Now, this is interesting, the word tolerate, because I've kind of been wondering about that. So there was years ago when Neil Donald Walsh, do you remember the book Tomorrow's God? So he spoke to God, let's say he spoke to his inner wisdom, and then he would write down, what's the future going to hold? And then he would get inspiration, he would write down. One of the things that he wrote is, the way we stop it is we stop tolerating. When you stop tolerating, then something can happen. But interesting, A Course in Miracles. So I am a Course in Miracles student. I studied that book extensively, probably very strongly for about 8 years. And it's just something I needed. I needed whatever that book had. And in the back of the book, there's a manual for teachers. I decided to dabble into that just a couple of years ago. And one of the practices was, in order to be a teacher of God, you needed to tolerate. And I'm like, what? I closed the book. I'm like, I don't know. Because Neil Donald Walsh, almost like something that he said, allowed me to start to set boundaries and stop tolerating. So what works for you? Do you think we need to tolerate? I think maybe replacing that word in A Course in Miracles of accepting. We can accept people for where they're at. We can accept, but not, I don't know if we should tolerate. So there's a word that is sort of, I'm juggling with right now. And when we stop tolerating the old stories, the old patterns, that old energy, then something new can emerge, because I found that. We need boundaries too. And it isn't easy, but it's not hard either. A Course in Miracles says that this path is not difficult. It is just different. So I personally just really love to be a part of this new thought movement. So as I've chosen to live this path more fully, I have said yes to a more conscious way of being. I felt the shifts. So not just inside, but also outside too. When I focus, I visualize, I feel abundance, then I draw abundance to me. People who, and part of this process, as I was talking to other people on this spiritual path, one of the more challenging things can be is that people start to leave your life. Because people who are once close to you, they can start to drift away. Some friendships fell away for me. And not because of anger, because there's no longer an alignment. So as we change, the people in your life will change. And let's go into this anger just for a little bit. Now, David Hawkins, are you familiar with David Hawkins? He created the map of consciousness. So everything from 200, he calibrated all energies. Everything from 200 and above strengthen us. Everything from 200 and below weakens us. Guess where anger is? I think it's at 120. I mean, it's weakening us, right? It's not to the point where it's strengthening us. So if you stay in your anger, you're going to get weaker and weaker. But if you use the anger to get you to the place of courage, because once you have courage, then you're like, I've had enough, I'm not tolerating this anymore, I'm going to make a change. So guess where courage comes on the map of consciousness? 200. Right at that place where you're starting to get strengthened. So you're now rising. So if you use anger to get fed up and that's enough and I'm changing. Now you're starting to get your strength back. Now you can start to rise. But I've also discovered something very beautiful. As I clear the space in my life, new people come in. For example, I find Unity Spiritual Center. And I got all these new friends now. I'm on the board of directors and I'm volunteering and my life is more full. So that's what happens. That's the result of staying on the path. And then being with people who want to live with intention, who want to live with love and with presence. And I'm not sure, but I don't know. The numbers seem to be a little bit smaller, but maybe there's more people doing this work. And so I want to say this to you. I want to say this from my heart. You are allowed to release your old story. You are allowed to speak a new one that aligns with a life that you want to live. So when you do, your outer world will begin to reflect your inner transformation. Remember, it starts all in your thoughts. Because your words, your thoughts, your energy, they are creative. They're shaping your life every single day. So, the question is, what story do you want to tell now? What words will you speak over your life? What will you no longer tolerate so something new can bloom? This is the practice of living consciously. If we can go to the next slide. I'd like us to repeat these together. So if we can all start, I will start. I release the old story and open to a new way of being. I choose words that nurture peace, love, and possibility in my life. My past no longer defines me. I am creating my life anew right now. I speak to myself with kindness, with love, and with truth. I am aligned with the power within me to shape my life. I am worthy of a life filled with joy, peace, and abundance. How does that feel to speak to yourself in that way? Isn't it empowering? It's very empowering for me. So this work to retrain your mind, to be the observer of your thoughts, to stay present, it's really worth it. It's really worth it to practice it. And you know what? We don't have to do it alone. We have a spiritual community that we can connect with. And so we don't have to be on this path alone. And that being said, I'd like to guide us into a meditation. Just take your time getting comfortable. So when we meditate, the energy does run up and down the spine. So just kind of lift yourself a little bit taller, but relax your shoulders. See if you can stay with your ribs lifted, your head lifted, but you're still soft. Your chest is gently opened. And just take in a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Again, just take in another breath in through the nose. And then exhale, let it go. Again, continue inhaling, breathing in fully. And exhaling with a sigh. Let's do one more deep, nourishing breath. And release. Now allow your eyes to gently close or just to soften, placing your gaze downward. And just feel your whole body being supported by the chair or the bench or wherever you're sitting. Feel the earth beneath your feet. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Just this moment, just your breath. And now gently bring your awareness to the crown of your head, so that's the top of your head. Notice any sensations here. Just keep paying attention to the top of the head. You might feel a gentle tingling or just a soft sense of openness. And just affirm silently, I am open to divine wisdom flowing through me. Now bring attention to your forehead and brow. And just allow any tension to soften. And affirm to yourself, my mind is clear, focused, and at peace. Let your awareness move to your jaw and your throat. Release any tightness. Let the jaw be slightly open and just allow it to fall, to soften. And feel the space around your throat. And affirm to yourself, I speak words of truth, love, and possibility. Now bring focus to your shoulders. Notice any heaviness here. And just imagine it melting away, flowing down your arms and out through your fingertips. And affirm to yourself, I let go of all burdens. I am free. Shift your awareness to your heart space. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath here. Perhaps imagine a warm light glowing in your heart, a golden light, loving, expansive. And affirm to yourself, my heart is open. I am love and I am loved. Bring your focus to your belly. Let it be soft, rising and falling naturally. And affirm to yourself, I am grounded. I trust the flow of life. And now bring awareness to your hips and pelvis, letting go of any holding here. And affirm to yourself, I am safe. I belong. I am supported. Move down through your legs, your knees, your calves, and all the way down to your feet. Feel your connection to the earth, solid and secure. And affirm to yourself, I stand strong. My life is rooted in peace. Now sense your whole body from your head to toe, completely relaxed, alive, and present. See yourself standing in a place of beauty. Maybe it's your garden, maybe you're at the beach, or maybe you're in a forest. Here you feel completely free. You feel radiant. Feel it. Feel yourself, what it feels like when you're aligned. And in this space, affirm silently, I focus my mind on what I choose to create. I shape my life with clarity, love, and joy. Divine light flows through me and all around me. Now let's take in one more deep, nourishing breath. And let this settle into every cell of your being. And let's go into a moment of silence. This is the sacred space where Spirit whispers, where we remember the truth of who we are. Thank you, Spirit, for this time of stillness, for this moment of connection to the infinite within us. And as we return to the activity of our day, we carry with us this calm mind, an open heart, and a renewed awareness of your presence. We remember what we focus our mind on shapes our life. And so it is. And then you can slowly come back into this room, come back into your body. We're fully present, fully grateful.
Thank you, DEVANNI, for your wonderful talk on focusing your mind and shaping your life. I found your talk to be very inspirational, and I am so glad that you found us. And I look forward to what other gifts you bring to us here at Unity. Thank you so much for being here.
And what's wonderful about being part of Unity Wednesday is we get to share our gifts. We don't do things that are against us. We do things that are for us. So yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. And thank you, Annette and Mike. Annette and Mike for the music. Real special treat to hear Annette today. And thank you, Claudio. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember the fellow who's helping you now. James. Claudio and James for doing the PowerPoint presentation. We really do need, that's amazing. You're amazing, and you're doing amazing things here at Unity, so thank you.
And I wanted a special thank you to Annette. Your choice in music and your choice of pictures brought tears to my eyes. It was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. At this time, let us take to heart our vision, mission, and statement of being, which is shown on the screen.
We have a global vision. Will you please speak this with me? Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of spiritual awakening.
We have a sacred mission. Will you say that with me? We inspire and empower spiritual growth to awaken us and transform the world.
And we have a personal statement of being. Will you say that with me? I am a dynamic center of the Christ light, mighty to unfold my good and radiate that good to all.
We have a few important announcements for you today. Remember, additional information about these and other classes and events can be found in our newsletter and on our Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor website.
Unity volunteers have lots of fun working together, so come out and join us either in hospitality, with the seminar committee, the bingos. There's lots of places that you can volunteer. The hospitality committee organizes all the food events. The seminar committee organizes our seminars and our workshops. And the bingo committee raises money for the community. So volunteering for any of these committees is a great way to give back to this beloved spiritual center in Windsor and to make new friends, so like I said earlier. So please see Claudio or Maria or Annette, even Paul Chandler, after the service if you'd like to volunteer, because it is a very satisfying thing to do. Brings you great joy. Okay, today, come and join us at the second floor of hospitality in the fellowship room immediately after we're done here for a big potluck brunch. And so I opened up the fridge. There's lots of goodies there today, so I'm looking forward to that.
Also today, from 12 to 5 p.m. across the street at Micmac Park, the South Asian Center of Windsor will be hosting a celebration of people picnic. Apparently, everyone is invited to join the festivities.
On Wednesdays from 3:33 to 5 p.m., Claudio Savaggi will be facilitating ISIS in the Bible. Please see Claudio after the service if you have any questions. And Claudio, can you please raise your arm? I think we all know who Claudio is, but I do see a few new faces in the audience, so that's Claudio.
Come join us next week in celebrating our Unity members' July birthdays with cake. Reverend David Old will be speaking, and his title talk will be Homecoming, Integrating Wisdom and Walking the Path.
A very generous Ken Hart. Ken Hart is one of our members here, and with a little help from Maria from the social committee, we'll be hosting this year's Day of Sunshine and Laughter with a family barbecue picnic party. And it'll be at Ken Hart's house. Ken will be supplying the vegan, non-vegan hot dogs and hamburgers, and please bring your own drinks and feel free to bring some cold salads as well. Please see the flyers posted in the elevator or the hospitality fellowship room for all the details if you want to sign up. No need to sign up, but there's a sign-up sheet if you'd like. If you plan to attend, actually it does say you must put your name on the sign-up sheet, so they do want to know how many people are coming. So Ken Hart, if you are here, he's not here, but it's at Ken Hart's place.
All of our classes, programs, and services are made possible by the generous donations of your time, talent, and treasure. We are deeply grateful for all of our volunteers and your financial support. Our heartfelt thanks for your continuous support.
Donating is simple. You can visit our website to explore the many ways we're creating for you to contribute. Or you can use the donation box located at the chapel entrance by their foyer there. Or for your prayers, love, time, presence, service, support, we thank you because it's very much needed.
So now we invite you to stand up and let's open our hearts and minds in gratitude as we close out by speaking out loud or silently to ourselves our love offering blessing prayer, followed by the closing song, What a Wonderful World, and closing with a prayer of protection.
Divine love in me and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I received.
Can I just say one thing? I want to say thank you to Maria, by the way, because nobody has a sense of how amazing these slides are. She's the one that does all the slides, let alone social committee and hospitality and all the rest of it. And the other thing I wanted to say is I think Mike Karloff is done with us for a couple months now. So this man is super talented. I don't think you have the sense of it, but he is the one that's doing all the work up here and propping me up and propping everybody who's up here. So thank you to Mike Karloff. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed days, the dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yoo-hoo!
Yeah.
The light of love surrounds us.
We are light.
The love of the divine enfolds us.
We are love.
The peace of love fills us.
We are peace.
The power of love protects us.
We are power.
The presence of love watches over us.
We are presence.
And wherever we are, love is.
All is divine. So thank you for joining us today, and please join us upstairs for potluck today, and also wonderful conscious raising conversations. So thank you for being here.